What's up? We're here. We're here. We're here. Thank y'all for being so patient for me. I appreciate y'all. We got a lot of people on live tonight. I've been making my rounds trying to support. Going around, you guys may have seen me popping up in some lives tonight. I've been doing my thing, honey. I try to make my rounds every now and then and support some of the content creators that I enjoy watching and going over there, honey, hitting the like button just like y'all be doing. Yeah, Karen ain't special, honey. When I'm in the chat, I'd be commenting stuff too. But that's how you got to do, child. Support everybody, okay? Because you want people to support you. You want somebody to support you, you got to get on over there and do the same. But we are back. All right, we got some great topics. This is our Monday pop-in. Let's get on with it. Again, let me go ahead and remind you guys, if you're not getting any of my notifications, it's because YouTube is unsubscribing people, and we're trying to get that issue fixed as some other content creators are dealing with the same thing as well. If you're experiencing that, please go back and check and make sure you are still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing. I'm not sure why. It's some type of glitch going on. So please make sure you're doing that so that you can get the notifications and be privy to all the videos that we release on this channel, okay? All right, let's get into it. All right, so let's go ahead and get our Love and Marriage Huntsville news out the way, and then we're going to get into the real true Hollywood story in here, child, because we got some stuff to get into. Yes, what up? All right. Maurice Scott. Let's talk about him first, okay? I'm not happy with Maurice right now. I'm not happy with Maurice because Maurice is out here on his bullshit, girl. And listen, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. He is out here now trying to sue a blogger. Now we know that everybody was saying at first it was Black Titanic. Okay, let me first go ahead and do my disclaimer. All right, everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right, let's go ahead and flash that on up there. Everything said is used where, under the Fair Use Act in here. All right, so we're going to remove that now that we got that out of the way. But I was saying about Maurice, I'm not liking how he is approaching this, trying to bully his way through these YouTube streets to be telling bloggers what they need to do. And you got X amount of time to be taking something down, or I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then hopping in somebody's messages and trying to use this attorney's office bullshit to be commenting like you're trying to scare somebody into doing what you want them to do and asking for an open apology and all this. And I'm happy that my girl, honey, here for Hot Tea. Shout out to her. I enjoy her content. I ain't got nothing negative to say about her. I love her. Okay. I'm happy that she did a whole video and let Maurice know, nigga, you don't scare nobody. What she called him, the cancer hunter, that shit, every time I hear that, I'll be dying laughing. That shit is funny to me. And what did she call Kimmy? What she call Kimmy, y'all? I'll be dying laughing. The something beard, child. I can't. I'll be laughing like hell when she say that shit. But anyway, Maurice decided to do this long post saying that he made it clear that he wants to sue her if she doesn't take the video down and issue an apology. Like, Maurice, we haven't, first of all, heard of any cases that you've been doing. I said it in my review yesterday. You the mule. Thank you, Easter Washington. Kimmy the mule. I love it. Okay. Shout out to here for Hot Tea. God knows. Let's go ahead and get into what Maurice had to say. Let's read this bullshit because it's long. You see that? He ain't have numbers. See, somebody that's saying they're so busy and they got all these cases. Look at all the time you got, Maurice. Do you see all this time you got to be writing all that? If I'm busy like that, I don't have time to be writing this much shit. Like, I'm going to get all the way straight to the point. You might get 3 sentences out my ass. I'm going to get straight to the point and tell you what I need from you, and boom, I'm out of there. I'm not going to write no whole damn essay threatening you and trying to tell you to take some shit down. Like, boy, sit your ass down. Let's read this bullshit. And I bet I see no misspelled words, okay? Because I'm going to drag your ass thoroughly here in a few minutes. All right. United Legal Team. That's what he wrote it under. All right. He want everybody to know he a lawyer. So he want everybody to know where he's employed, allegedly. Now, you ain't put no name behind this like she said. You ain't put no name behind the shit. So if you suing her, like she said in her video, you need to do a whole video like she asked you to do. Go back on that same IG page. Like she told you, put that same tight ass suit back on and say her name like Beyonce. Okay, make it directly towards her. Don't be hopping in people's shit like that. Let's read this bullshit. It says, you have had months to correct this false information. You've also had many comments questioning the truth of the assertions, you're trying to be smart, made in your video. You have used my picture to connect me to another Maurice Scott, and you've consistently refused to acknowledge anything to the contrary regarding the false information about the personal or my personal character. Okay. It says, I have never been arrested. I have never pleaded guilty to a felony. I have never been on probation. And I advise you to take this false video down or face a lawsuit. I advise you to kiss my ass. Okay. So, and any real research will demonstrate that I have a license to practice law. You want everybody to know that shit. And that I have never been arrested. You already said that. See what I'm talking about? You got too much time because you're going back and repeating yourself here. It says, I've addressed this issue multiple times with who? And I would like this video taken down with a retraction of the false statement. Yeah, okay. Bruh. All right. Now. Where did I leave off? Because now I'm being petty. Shit. Okay. My name is, here we go with this shit again. Hi, my name is, you on your Eminem bullshit. My name is Maurice Jefferson, not to be confused with the president, Scott. And you can call the Alabama bar. See, I ain't got time to be calling folk, okay? I'm not doing all that. And you can call the Alabama bar to find out if I have the ability to practice. Can you practice not jumping down, up and down on Kimmy over there? Can you practice that first? Okay, Maurice? Practice that, since you want to throw practice in there. I always, it says, I also want a public apology. Here we go with that shit again. For the false information that you communicated with disregard to whether it was factual or not. It also goes on to say, I don't want to sue you. I don't want to sue you. Okay. But I absolutely will once Kimmy give me the money because I owe $80,000 to the government or whatnot. Now, Kimmy, give him the money so he can sue because he ain't got the money. Okay. We already know that. That's simply the fair and right thing to do. The fair and right thing to do is leave me the fuck alone. That would be the simple and right thing to do. Okay. Yeah. Moving on. Says, please do yourself a favor and take this opportunity seriously as I take my reputation. Really? So your reputation as an attorney, a reputable one that we can call down there to the Bar Association as you asked and imploded us to do, because we got a lot of time on our hands like you, it seems. Okay. Yeah, so we should call down there and find out all this shit about you that we really don't damn care about because of your reputation that you've tainted on this damn show of telling everybody that as this reputable lawyer that you've been out here having the libido mute. Thank you so much, Dee Darn. Yeah, but back to Maurice. This reputation. Let's get back to this reputation, child, because I need to talk about this reputation for a hot minute. This same reputation that you've been out here telling everybody that you having threesomes, okay? Like that's very tacky, Maurice. If you are a reputable lawyer, think about all the clients that you would get up in your office to be trying to represent them that may see and or watch this show and know that your reputation on the show is that you acting like a whole lustful hoe out here. Your wife done said that you sitting up there at the reunion and let it slip out that you be out to 4, 5 o'clock in the damn morning. What lawyer be doing that when they got to be up at 7, 8 o'clock to be up there at the, what's the place you say you work at? Let me call your job out again since you want everybody to know. United Legal Team, okay? Most people that have jobs don't be out till 4 or 5, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when they got a stack of shit like this here. You saying you got a stack of, cases that you got to get through. I'm an attorney. I'm a lawyer. I'm very busy. It's very busy down there at United Legal Team, okay? What's going on in the credit repair place? You ain't working there no more? Now, we saw on the show where you got your thick-hip brother, the one that be eating down there at the Golden Corral, okay? Every day of the week except Sunday, because his mama be cooking and he be over there eating her cooking, okay? Yeah. So you got him over there fixing some shit that done took him 8 months to put up some sheetrock over there at the Credit None. Really want no shit being done over there prior to him taking his thick ass up over there. Because according to the stars and the comments there, And the reviews on your Credit None website, it says that you've been doing some foul shit over there. And people's money been drafted from their accounts and ain't no credit being fixed. And the credit is still at 300 like yours was when you got with Kimmy. I need to take a sip. I'm sorry. That's what they had said or whatnot. That's what it was given. And that's what it gave. Okay. Yeah. And that's what it were. All of that. So while you're out here telling someone, I suggest, like, nigga, Maurice, go somewhere and sit your ass down. Okay. Please go sit down. Please go sit down. And ain't nobody giving you no public apology, okay? I'm sorry that I had to drag your ass today. This is the only apology you're going to get. I'm sorry that you can go ahead and sue somebody. I'm sorry you ain't got the money to sue her, Maurice. I'm sorry that Kimmy got to pay your $80,000 in back taxes and you ain't going to have the money to sue, so you got to hop your ass on social media when you're so busy as an attorney to be trying to threaten somebody when ain't nobody scared of your threats. I'm sorry that, I'm sorry you got to be out here till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning out here on the host stroll looking for somebody because your wife over there, she don't want to roll over and take it tonight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're going through that, okay? Or am I? Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not. But yeah, you had a whole lot of time on your hand, it seems. So maybe some cases been pushed back, or maybe somebody else is taking on your cases while you about to do this big case right here to be suing. What's her name? Here for Hot Tea. Shout out to you again, ma'am. Girl, don't be scared. As the bloggers, okay, we got your back over here, girl. We got your back. We ain't worried about that. She did say that she might take the video down because she done made the money that she need to make up off of it, okay? But Maurice, take your ass somewhere and sit down, okay? Ain't nobody scared of you. I promise you we not. And I done told you, baby, if you ever send some shit over here, it's gonna, y'all be like, who birthday is the caramel? Confetti. This how we do. Court papers. This what this shit be looking like when y'all send it to me. Y'all be like, Caramel, whose birthday is it? Woo! See how we did that? Happy birthday! That's what it's gonna be given. Your shit gonna be confetti when you send it to me. All right? Because I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say over here. And you ain't gotta like it. Now let's move on to Miss Melodi Cherie. I ain't got no more for you, Maurice. All right, take your bald-headed ass up off my screen. And goodbye. Let's wave you away. Boom. All right, so Miss Melodi Cherie, honey, she had time today as well. She had time today as well to let us know what was on her mind. And I want to thank her. All right, I love Miss Melodi Cherie. When I heard about this, honey, and you could tell this was the expression on her face, honey, when she was saying what she was saying, honey, her face is all squinched up. Because Martell is out here getting on her damn nerves, and he's thoroughly getting on mine. And I feel like he's getting more on my nerves, and I ain't even in the damn situation just from sitting back hearing about it and reporting about the shit. I'm sick of it. Oh, yes, it's going to be a happy birthday moment. They send some shit over here. Because I'm going to rip that shit. I'm going to go live just to rip it up. I promise you. Send a cease and desist. Send some court papers over here to Caramel Rail. And I'm going to purposely go live so I can rip that shit up right on live. Okay? And yeah. And I'm going to put right on my caption, Maurice Scott, these are your papers. Please tune in. All right? And it's going to be, I'm going to be on the rip. I'm going to be on this shit here. And I'm going to rip that shit all the way down to confetti. Boom. I'm like, oh shit, who birthday? All right. It's gonna be that. Try it, okay? Yes. I'm gonna be like, maids, come clean this shit up. We ain't got no maids over here. Not yet. Woo, let's get into it. All right, Melodi Cherie, honey. Let's get into Melodi Cherie. Because she tired of the bullshit too. I'm tired too. So she took some time to address the Revenge P situation. Now, during the time that they were doing the or going to the trip to Houston is around the same time that this video with Original Straight No Chaser and Ariane came out, to where she openly admitted that she was a part of this revenge plot situation with Martell. Did you guys know that? Yeah. So during the time that Martell came in, Melodi, she just was not feeling it, and she did not want to see his ass because she was really, really sick and tired of him. Like she says in here, like, damn, I could have been going to jail behind his shit. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into what she had to say. All right, so Melodi says, I'm gonna make one comment. She says, if you've never been in the position that I was in and what had just recently transpired, including audio just leaked confirming it, talking about the Revenge P, okay? Don't tell me what I should have done. She says, and that at that time, it was by God's grace that I could even stay out of prison and show up to work and make my coins versus letting it keep me ashamed, embarrassed, and in the house, okay? So move around if you've never been in that position, thanks, okay? She goes on to say, and for the ones who say that they want the real in reality TV, but want me to be fake and hide my feelings, go get some help. I was like, yes, girl, read. Says that you are probably the same ones who ask your kids a question, then tell them to hush when they start to answer. Confusing and cray-cray. Okay, that's what Melodi Cherie had to say. That is very sad that she's having to defend herself against something that really never took place. We all know the person in the video was Mel and Martell. The reason why he is doing what he is doing is because he's bitter, he's a bitch, and he's mad. I don't like to call people that unless you're showing bitch mentality, okay? Like, for real. I don't like to really be called, especially a man or anybody for that matter. If you're giving bitch vibes, I gotta call you that, because that is exactly what it is. You are bitter because you felt like you could continue to fuck around on this woman and she was never going to leave you. That was your favorite thing to say on the show. You're not going to leave me, are you? Okay, you're not going to leave me. So you felt like in your crazy mind, in your crazy world, that you could continue to play in her face and do the things that you were doing and continue to play with Ariane and anybody else, okay? And Melodi was just going to keep staying there like she had been doing. Everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has a point where they're just not going to take your shit no more. And thankfully, she got to that point to where she said, you know what? I'm realizing my worth. I'm raising daughters, and I'm not going to allow my daughters to sit here and watch me stay with somebody who is as sorry as this mother sucker right here that I continue to walk around in this house and look at every day and try to call him my husband when you cannot stand up and or mount up to the title that you asked to be. You asked me to marry you. You asked Melodi to marry you on the day of her graduation because you were trying to lock her down because you knew you won't shit. You didn't have a chance in this world if you were not connected to her. So quiet as kept, you needed her in your life. So why go and fuck it up? We already did a list of all the things that she's done. She done fixed your teeth. She done probably fixed your credit because you didn't have shit going on, Martell. She paid your way through school. $2,000 something, which I know you didn't pay her back because you still tried to take her to court and take her children and get child support on top of the money you still owe her for helping your drunk ass get through school, at which you still wound up losing your job teaching at the college because you couldn't stay off your phone, which you was probably cheating then. Texting other women and doing shit you should not have been doing. They kept saying you can't stay off your phone. You kept saying it was about business. Well, what other business were you doing, Martell? Like, let's just stop the bullshit already. You had a woman who was willing to turn her head to all the misfortunes that you had in your life and the fact that you wasn't shit, and she was trying to help you get up to the level that she was at so that she could build with you because you had nothing, you were nothing, you came from nothing, your family ain't shit, your mama ain't shit. I'm going to say it right here. We petty. Challenge me on it. We on green. Everybody in your family damn near are criminals. Your brother can't stay out of prison. Your mama can't stop drinking. I mean, what is it? Did she have any prenatal, care with you when she carried you? Because it's seeming you might be a little slow. Most people with that mentality, like, damn, if you knew where you came from and you had nothing and you had a woman of that caliber, you're not going to mess it up. So now that you've realized that you've thoroughly messed up and the very thing that you said you didn't want, which was coleslaw, won't get away from you, won't leave you alone. She wants you so bad because she ain't got shit going on either. She won't work. She ain't got no business going on. She won't go back to school. She's a scrub trying to be with a scrub. Two scrubs can't make it. It's like two crackheads. Ask Bobby and Whitney. One of them had to get the hell away from each other. Bam. That's on period. Exclamation burn. I mean, that's on period. Two scrubs can't be together. Somebody got to be doing some shit over here in order to, make the other person over here feel like that they can get on up and do it too. And that's what Melodi was. Melodi was the one that was doing something, and Martell sat back and felt like, oh, I'm just going to be the boss. How you going to be a boss when you can't even read? Like, really, I feel like Melodi downgraded. And I know that she realizes now that she was very unequally yoked while she was with Martell. And now that she has completely cut herself off from him, he can't take it because you were able to run around town and run anywhere and tell people that was my wife. That's Miss Hope. You got mad at the reunion when Carlos called her Miss Melodi Cherie. You were going on and I'm Hope. I said, damn, he gonna crank up over there in a minute. Hope. That was him. Nobody could say her name without putting Holt on the end. You were so proud. You were so proud. And it's killing you inside that she's now taking Holt off the end of her name and she's moving on with her life. And somebody else is going to soon come up in there and attach their name to the end of her name, and your children going to be calling them daddy. That's going to really fuck him up. That's going to really mess him up. I can't wait. I hope she go live at the wedding. I hope as soon as she get ready to walk down the aisle, she go live and show that. I love it. That set him all the way back when she did that name change, because he won't count on that shit. She said, you can't ride off nothing with me. You can't ride, and I know Holt is your name, but you can't ride off my name. You can't run around saying that's my wife. You can't do none of that no more. And you mad. Every time you see her, you're going out of your way to speak to her. Even when she don't speak, you still running around behind her. Mel. Hello, hey, Mel. Hey, how you doing, Mel? You know how she doing, bitch. Because you won't leave her alone, and you continue to do little things behind the scenes. And then when you get in front of the camera, you want to make it seem like she's this horrible person who won't speak to you, when behind the scenes you fucking with her, and we see it and we know it, and we calling you on your shit. Carlos King ain't gonna do it. Caramel gonna do it. That's the game he's playing with the viewers. I've been seeing the comments. Where people say, oh, she's so bougie. It don't cost nothing to speak. Nigga, I ain't speaking to somebody that took me to court to try to take my damn children. I'm not speaking to nobody who done ran out here and had a baby with a side chick who called my damn house to tell me that she ain't called to speak to me, that she called to speak to him. Bitch, I pay the phone bill, so you calling to speak to me. Straight like that. And yes, I said straight. You have a nerve. You have nerve, Martell. Your days are numbered, Martell. And I really hope that after this court case that they're getting ready to go to, the end of December, early January, I really hope that she pursues this situation with this revenge P, because Martell needs a rude awakening. He's the type of ninja that think that he can get away with anything because of who he thinks he is. And sometimes you got to show a mother sucker. You got to show them that you're not playing. Because she's already said that she's already reached out to her attorneys and she's giving that information to them. So Ariana ain't making your situation better because she's singing like a whole mass choir. Then everybody know that you put her up to it and that she was involved and that she done show somebody the video, which that's a crime. You sending the video to other people through the phone, that's a crime. You already admitted to it on Queen Sheba's interview. That's recorded. So all the evidence that she needs to go ahead and proceed with what she needs to proceed with. And now we're hearing that she may have some type of condo in Atlanta. We already know where she was saying she was crying and she was tired of being in Huntsville because she's tired of running into him. Huntsville ain't but so big. So she's tired of seeing him. You know, he's parading around town with Ariana. And I feel like he's doing it purposely because he wants her to see that, to make her feel like she's hurting so deep inside to see the two of them together, when that is the method that he used in order to break them up. Martell is still using Ariana to try to make Melodi jealous like he did when they were married, because he wanted her to do special favors for him with his selfish ass. Now that we hear you didn't please her in the bedroom, you, sir, got a nerve. You have a nerve. He's still using Ariana to try to make Melodi jealous the same way he did when they were married. Ariana was not supposed to fall in love. This was not supposed to be a relationship, but she's so stupid, she don't realize what she's really being used for. Now, yeah, he gonna get some occasional, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, because you there. It's easy. You're easy. Any man that gets with a woman and that's around a woman who's so easily, as soon as you step on her foot, her legs open, he is gonna stick around and do what he do with you. He's never gonna wife you. If he was gonna do the shit, he would have done it by now. And the fact that he was so embarrassed to be seen around you, and the only reason that he's being seen with you now is because Melodi called him out on live when she went live to tell you that pretty much Martell ain't going live with you. Martell ain't doing this with you. Martell ain't doing that with you. So in order to make you not be mad at him and continue to let him use you, you guys have concocted this plan now to continue to kind of, kick it up a notch. Oh, we got to make her mad. We got to make her jealous. We got to start going out in public. Oh, let me go live to say I'm so happy with you. Knowing that you're not. You've already told everybody, Martell, the caliber of woman that you like and or desire. You need a woman that's about her shit, that's on her boss shit, because Melodi was your... Y'all know what it is. She was your boss. That's the one that you needed in your life. Ariane don't portray that. She don't possess that. She don't possess that. But she will keep calling the original straight no chase. Oh, I got to tell you something else, Nate, when he done pissed her off. Or when she feels like he's showing Melodi too much attention. Just like she did when Melodi went live by mistake. And we heard Ariane's voice in the background trying to tell Martell hurry up while he's over there with his children. Bitch, go sit down and raise yours. Where your son at? Probably trying to stick some shit on a plug or trying to climb a freaking wall. Go watch your son and allow this man to co-parent. Or better yet, go sit down with him and teach him how to talk. Because how old is he now? Going on 3, 4? Why is he still sounding like he's ordering shrimp fried rice? Shing shong, hing shong, hing shing. Like, damn. Motherfucker came out speaking Japanese. But you worry about where Martell is. That's your problem. That's why your daughter don't want to stay with you. Because you ain't got your shit together as a parent. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. But Melodi, she speaks. She's speaking out on the revenge P, and I think she's going to pursue it. And she's letting everybody know. That's why I'm acting the way that I'm acting. When you see me on TV and I don't speak to his ass and I chug up the deuces, it's all I can do to not cuss, to say cut and cuss this nigga out right here on camera because he continues to go too far. Yeah, he speaks Japanese. How you want to eat? That's her. Knowing your ass don't be over there cooking, cutting up them hard ass potatoes with that butter knife. Flexing for the gram. Ain't cooked since never. You know, with them cheap ass Family Dollar pans. Bitch, why is you cutting up potatoes with butter knives? Let's talk about that shit. In there on that shit. She on live. Yeah, so this her. So I said, damn, this potato's that damn hard. Did you put them in the freezer while you trying to cut them? This her on live. So yeah, so me and Martell this her cutting up potatoes. So me and Martell about to go down there and I said, bitch, what we doing here? He in the back, Holt in the background, Knox in the background, Little Diabetes in the background. He got a lot of names. Shit. I said, well, shit. You want onions in that? You want onions in that little hole? He don't want choma. Damn. Okay. Rock out. All right. Rock on. But anyway, let's move on. Shit. That shit's sad. That shit is sad. Oh, he said yes, ma'am. That's her in the background. He said yes, ma'am. Girl, shut your ass up. How you know you speak Japanese too? He done taught you Japanese too. He said yes, ma'am. Say yes, ma'am. Shin-shong. Oh, okay. But then she loves to say, she loves to say this shit. And I'm gonna get off her in a minute. I gotta drag her a little bit. She loves to say, well, he taught what's the little girl name? Sugar Mama, everything she knows. Well, the last time I heard Sugar Mama talk in a little video with Melodi, the little Santa Claus video, I seen Mama kissing Santa Claus video. She was speaking very clear. She said, I saw mommy kiss Santa Claus. That's English. Is that not English? She said, I saw mommy. Now I can understand. I know English. Okay. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. She did all her syllables too. She did. She did. She went on no shing shong, hing shing shing, shong shong bullshit. She went on that. But go off. He taught her how to be potty trained, but he's still running around in a pull-up, and she got on underwear. Make that shit make sense. You always trying to compare your kids to the Eminem kids. White folk come. We'll move on though. We're going to move on. Martell, you need to get your shit together, sir. You mad because Mel don't want you no more. She ain't gonna never want you no more because you ain't shit. She knew that from the beginning, and you really ain't shit now. You run around here with your eyes all swole up because you got bags of shit under there because you can't sleep because you realize that you really fucked your life up. You have. You have. You really have. But damn, when she said in the last episode that she been with you for She been with a man for almost 12 years and never made her come. That's some shit right there. That tells me that you ain't got no girth down there. You ain't got no length down there. Okay, because you ain't hitting that spot. That's pride why Ariana. Let me go and be real with y'all right quick. That's why Ariana be saying that you be eating ass and stuff like that. Because most men that can't hit that spot like they need to, they have to resort to doing other things to make up for where they lack. Y'all know that. You know that. I don't deal with that shit over here. I'm just saying. Mine straight over here. We straight over here. Because I call on the Lord every time. But what I'm trying to say is y'all get out my business too. Ellen Shamless, thank you so much for the super sticker, my dear. What I'm trying to say is she's saying you ain't never made her do that yet. That'll tell me everything that need to be told. Okay. It's given that you might be probably right here. Okay. We need you here. But you're here. We need you here, Martell, but you're here. Okay. That's what it's giving. And that's what it gave. All right. That's my line. See, you mad. Most men be mad like that. And we got that kind of aggression towards women like that too. We notice that with men who have a lot of aggression. I ain't trying to say that you LGBTQ barbecue. I ain't trying to say that shit. But what I am saying is most men that have that kind of aggression towards women, maybe they haven't accepted some things within themselves that they may need to accept. Because your baby mama did say you like men. We do know men that are struggling with their sexuality. Not saying that you are that way. We're not saying that your wrist is broke. But what I am saying is most men who are struggling with their sexuality do kind of be aggressive towards women because they're confused and they haven't accepted where they are in life. Now, we've been seeing you with a lot of blouses and stuff on, Martell. So, hey, do what you got to do. When you're ready. I mean, when you were in the parade, you had on Hawaiian 5-0 blouse is what I saw. When you were saying that you were over the parade and it was only 3 people behind you. And I said, usually parade is more people. But go off. If that's the kind of parade you want to say you're in, where there's only 3 people in the parade, do what you got to do. I mean, people lie every day. And what's stopping you? Okay? Do what you need to do out here. But bottom line is, accept it. Okay? Shit. Go on and accept. Your baby mama already put your shit out there. She said you like me. I'm just like, she said you like men. You like to eat ass. What else can be said? Shit. Am I being a little petty tonight? Sure. I love it though. Shout out to Martell and his blouse. Let's move on, child. It be tight too. You be wanting them to see your nipples. And then somebody said they saw you in that little club down there, the little Blue Oyster Bar, like off of Police Academy too. Just to let you know. I ain't say it. Somebody else said it. All right. And they sent me the picture on that shit too. And I have to dig it up later. We ain't got time tonight. All right. So stay out the Blue Oyster Bar and accept who you are and stop eating ass. Moving on. Oh, Lord. I love when the plan come together, Lord. All right. So we got all that out the way. All right. So I already told you guys about congratulations to Russell and Sierra Wilson. All right. Y'all know they had their baby. Cute. All right. Cute. The baby's name is Amora Princess Wilson. If you guys follow me on social media, you already have seen the picture by now because I posted it. So shout out to them. The baby was born today. Okay. 9 pounds and 1 ounce. That's a big baby. Cute. All right. She is a doll. Yes, God. Yes. So congratulations to them on their daughter. All right. Yes, daughter. I love it. Lord, I said, Lord, my fallopian tubes was breakdancing, Lord, when I saw that baby. God, that's a cute baby. But yes, we're not going to do it, honey, because we are in our 40s. No God. All right. Moving on. All right. So what topic do I want to do next? So we can get on out here, child. All right. So Kim Porter's daughters, I'm getting some news that Kim Porter's twin daughters, you guys, Jessie and Delilah Combs, all right, they have reached out to Cassie, okay, asking for information on their mother's demise, okay. So after, you guys know, several videos have been going out, several lawsuits have been going out, the kids have been staying with Kimora for some time because their father now is in London. Diddy is currently in London. I don't know if he's over there to kind of escape all the ridicule that he's dealing with right now. But their daughters are currently staying with Kimora Lee Simmons until whenever I guess he go get them until he get out of his damn feelings. Because I mean, it's like every other day you got a case, so you probably never gonna come home, did he? But from my understanding and what was sent to me, Kim Porter's daughters, Delilah and Jesse Combs, they have reached out to Cassie, okay, Cassie Ventura, the one that just got all their daddy money, to ask questions about their mother, and things that they've seen on the internet, okay. Yeah, Kim Porter was very good friends with Cassie prior to her death. And we already know that Kim Porter had a conversation with Cassie, and she told Cassie to get the hell away from Diddy because there's some things that she saw as well prior to her death. She saw some type of Illuminati sex something going on where Diddy was with some guy, and it was recorded, and that was going to be in her book. And once Diddy found out what was going to be in that book, she is no longer here. All right. Yeah, we done talked about that. We done talked about it. You guys know that Cassie has also broken her NDA, and she offers support to one of the new accusers, okay, which is the girl who was a teenager that said she was 17 years old when she was violated by Diddy and Harv Pierre and a third gentleman who flew her out on the private jet. So Cassie has broken her NDA. She don't give a hot damn. She got her money now. She like, do whatever you're gonna do, Diddy. I don't give a damn. So she's offering her support. And as you guys know, her attorney is also representing this girl who was a teenager when she needed representation. So Cassie is helping this girl bring Diddy down as well. So she's like, hey, yeah, we're gonna team up on this ninja. All right. So it's it for you, sir. Let's go ahead and play a video that I have for you guys, because I like to give you guys the tea. So yeah, these girls, his daughters, they're starting to, because y'all know they're old enough to be on the internet, okay? Every other day is something, like every other video is about Diddy now that all of this stuff is coming out. So they're curious. They're staying with Kimora. She's probably talking to them as well because she was very close to their mother. So they're probably asking a lot of questions to her. And they're probably grilling Cassie as well, asking a lot of stuff about, hey, Cassie, tell me some stuff about my mom. We're seeing all this stuff in the media. We know you sued our dad. Like, what's going on? So they're not children. Well, they are children, but they're not to the point to where they can't pull up stuff on the internet. They have, I'm pretty sure, iPhones and stuff like that, so they can see things that's being said about their mom. Okay, because y'all know we've been talking about her mom and about her death being very suspicious. Okay, so yeah. All right, so let's get into it. Let me pull it up for you guys, okay? All right, let me make sure I get the right one. Okay, yeah, here. All right, let me get past my ad, and then we're going to get it played for you. So this video is about Cassie breaking her NDA, and it's going to kind of go over some things, all right, where she's offering support.
The whole premise of this.
Yes, it's a little bit of a switch up, a total energy change.
Another accuser has come forward stating that Sean Diddy Combs assaulted her when she was 17 years old. Now, the accuser is saying that she was gang assaulted by multiple people, including Diddy. This is a photo of her sitting in his lap.
Okay, so it looks like Cassie is getting bolder and bolder when it comes to her situation with Diddy, because she just came out to publicly declare her support for the other victims who have filed lawsuits against him. A fourth woman recently came out to file another lawsuit claiming that Diddy and two of his associates allegedly aid her when she was a minor. Well, Cassie is standing up for all, and it looks like she is not scared of her NDA at all. Y'all, it looks like things are about to get really messy between her and Diddy, so y'all better get ready to dive into this crazy mess. So it looks like there's a new alliance of women rising up against Diddy, and Cassie is right at the front of the charge. It's not surprising that she would be taking this very seriously, considering that she was the very first person to file a lawsuit against Diddy. She set the ball rolling on this scandal, and it doesn't look like this scandal is going to be dying off anytime soon, especially considering the new lawsuit that just came out a couple of days ago. Now, all the lawsuits have been bad, but there's something about this new lawsuit that makes it more sinister than the other three lawsuits, and it's probably having to do with the fact that she was a minor at the time, and she wasn't even done with high school yet at the time that it happened. She filed the lawsuit anonymously, and she is only known by the pseudonym Jane Doe. She also made the smart decision to use the same lawyers that Cassie used when she filed her own lawsuit. Her lawyers released a statement saying Ms. Doe has lived with her memories of this fateful night for 20 years, during which time she has suffered extreme emotional distress that has impacted nearly every aspect of her life and personal relationships. Given the brave women who have come forward against Mr. Combs and Mr. Pierre in recent weeks, Ms. Doe is doing the same. Now, the alleged incident happened in 2003, and according to the lawyers, in November 2023, Ms. Doe read about a lawsuit filed against Mr. Combs by Cassandra Ventura, aka Cassie. Ms. Ventura's suit described a decade of physical, sexual, and mental abuse, most triggering for Miss Doe, who was reading about Miss Ventura's allegations of ST and being forced to have intimacy with other men against her will. It continued, Miss Doe obviously understands that she too had been a victim of ST and that Mr. Combs's behavior in forcing women into non-consensual intimacy was not an isolated incident or unique only to Miss Ventura. Then, just days later, Miss Doe read about a case filed against Mr. Pierre. The suit alleged that Mr. Pierre used his position of power at Bad Boy to groom and essay his former assistant. Seeing two other women bravely speak out against Mr. Combs and Mr. Pierre respectively gave Miss Doe the confidence to tell her story as well. The lawsuit started off pretty strong by giving an overview of the messed up things that Diddy and other accomplices allegedly did to Jane Doe, saying they said specifically in 2003, when she was only 17 years old and in the 11th grade, Miss Doe was trafficked and gang SA'd by Mr. Combs, Mr. Pierre, and the third assailant. Now, the identity of the third assailant hasn't been revealed just yet, but the court documents claimed that the court documents will be updated with the name of the third assailant pretty soon, and something tells me that the third assailant is actually another big name celebrity, and that's why it hasn't been revealed just yet. Listen, I just know that there is going to be a lot of insane chaos on the streets when the third assailant is finally revealed, and my nosy self kinda can't wait. Expose them all. Okay, so back to the lawsuit. So according to the court document, Jane Doe was only 17 when the incident happened. She and her friends had been at a bar when Harvey Pierre, a former president of Bad Boy Records, walked up to her and tried to pick her up, flaunting his position in her face and talk about how he knew Diddy and blah, blah, blah. The lawsuit said, on the evening in question, Miss Doe was with friends in a lounge when she was approached by who she later learned was Mr. Pierre. Mr. Pierre was with his own friends, including the third assailant. Mr. Pierre, the third assailant, and their friends were dressed in suits. Mr. Pierre repeatedly complimented Miss Doe's appearance, saying that she was hot, among other things. He then began talking about his self-described best friend and brother, Mr. Combs. Specifically, Mr. Pierre continually stated that Mr. Combs would love to meet Miss Doe. Mr. Pierre even called Mr. Combs and put Miss Doe on the line. Mr. Combs told Miss Doe that he would love to meet her and that she should accompany Mr. Pierre to New York City in a private jet. The documents then spoke about how they flew Jane Doe from Michigan to New York in a private jet, and well, things went very, very wrong. The lawsuit went on to say that Mr. Pierre, third assailant, and another gentleman then escorted the high schooler to a private jet, which flew them to Teterboro, New Jersey. There were SUVs awaiting the group at Teterboro, and the four of them were driven to Daddy's House Recording Studio, a studio famously owned and operated by Mr. Combs and Bad Boy. While at the studio, Mr. Combs and his associates, including Mr. Pierre, plied Miss Doe with substances. As the night wore on, the 17-year-old Miss Doe became more and more inebriated, eventually to the point that she could not possibly have consented to having intimacy with anyone, much less someone twice her age. Okay, now let's take a moment and talk about the timeline of this, because it makes it more insane. See, at the time, Diddy was 34, so that means that it happened sometime around 2003, like I said before. Now, Diddy and Cassie got together in 2007, which means that Diddy was allegedly out here SAing women for 4 years. Allegedly. But wait, it gets worse than that. You see, after Cassie's lawsuit dropped, 2 other women came out to file lawsuits, and they both claimed that Diddy allegedly SA'd them back in the 90s, which one of the women claimed that it happened in 1991, which means that Diddy has allegedly been getting away with this behavior for about 30 years, allegedly. That just makes it even wilder, and that's another reason why this lawsuit is getting very nasty, because the timeline is just very messed up. It continued, while at the studio, Miss Doe was SA'd by Mr. Combs, the third assailant, and Mr. Pierre, in that order. While Mr. Combs was SAing Miss Doe, he complained that he could not get off unless she pinched his nipples as hard as she could. Mr. Combs then watched on as a third assailant, whom Miss Doe had not even realized had begun, SA'd Miss Doe as she told him to stop. After third assailant was finished, Mr. Pierre took his turn and then forced her to give him oral action, during which Miss Doe was choking and and struggling to breathe. The lawsuit also said Mr. Pierre finished and he left Miss Doe in the bathroom alone. Miss Doe fell into the fetal position and lay on the floor. Her privates were in pain. Finally, after a period of time, Miss Doe regained her bearings. However, she could barely stand up and had to be helped to walk out of the building and back into the car. She was taken back to an airport and flown back to Michigan. However, she has very limited recollection of her transport home and only remembers being in her car sometime early in the morning. The lawsuit is just screaming red flags, revealing that Cassie played a much more significant role in helping other victims than initially believed. When Cassie and Diddy dropped the bomb about settling out of court, fans were quick to talk, claiming it was a massive cash grab on her part and that she was solely after the money. You know, the usual stuff they put on women. There were folks disappointed that Cassie didn't stick to her guns and take the case to trial. They argued she could have done the world a lot of good by refusing to settle, suggesting that a trial would have brought on way more to Diddy than the lawsuit did, because everyone was convinced that there's a lot more to Diddy that we don't know, because listen, this man has been under a lot of public scrutiny for the longest time. Needless to say, people were hungry for more details, and there were high hopes that the case was going to go to trial, so they were kind of disappointed when Cassie chose to settle with Diddy. Angry, nosy fans started to spin the narrative around Cassie, talking about how she was being selfish and only cared about herself, and that she wasn't doing her part to encourage other victims to speak up and all that stuff. Well, listen up, because it turns out Cassie's move sparked a chain reaction. In fact, her lawsuit has had more impact than even Cassie herself could have dreamed of, because she gave other victims the courage to speak up and get some justice for themselves. Since she filed her lawsuit, not one, not two, but 4 other women have stepped up to file lawsuits of their own. 3 were filed against Diddy, while the 4th was targeted at Harvey Pierre. Oh, and can we please talk about the fact that Harvey Pierre has always been hit with the SA allegations? A woman claimed that Harvey allegedly SA'd her when he was the president of Bad Boy Records and she was working at the label. According to those reports, the lawsuit filed in New York Supreme Court accuses Harvey Pierre, a former president of Bad Boy Entertainment and Bad Boy Records, of engaging in a year-long pattern of grooming the unnamed assistant, leading to SH of plaintiff and SA from approximately 2016 to 2017. Pierre SA'd plaintiff on multiple occasions in New York City and other locations throughout the country. However, a representative of the company released a statement saying the allegations are from many years ago that were never brought to the attention of the company. Neither the plaintiff nor the executive are current employees of the company. We are now investigating the allegations, and our top priority is the safety and well-being of our employees. So 2 out of the 3 alleged assailants already have SA allegations against him, and that makes things even more sinister. Also, can we please talk about the fact that there seems to be a reoccurring theme in these lawsuits and allegations that have been made against Diddy? I mean, the alleged SAs took place over 3 different decades, but they all have one thing in particular, and that's the fact that the women in question were allegedly given drugs by Diddy up to the point where they were out of it and they couldn't process what was happening. And before anyone says anything, a drunk woman can't consent to intimacy, even if she does say yes. And especially not when they have been fed drugs and alcohol for the sole purpose of intimacy. It's just creepy on so many levels, and it's even creepier that so many women have this.
And Cassie has that in her deposition as well, that he would pump her with so many drugs that she didn't even know where she was, that she couldn't even stand, and she couldn't even focus, and or you know what I mean, she was just so out of it and had just people just coming in, violating her. And this is the same thing that he's doing. It's the same pattern. This is the young woman's deposition that you guys heard when they talked about she was flown in. That's in her deposition in terms of what happened to her. Now, there is also a man that came forward to sue Diddy, and we talked about it on here as well, where he too was violated. He was drugged at first as well. And Diddy had another man there waiting in the room. Thank you so much, Doris Gleaton, okay, for your super sticker, okay? Where Diddy invited this man over. He gets there, and there's another man there at which he is drugged and assaulted by both Diddy and the other guy. And I feel like he had the other man there, surprisingly, to maybe try to overpower that person in the event that he decided he wanted to go and or not participate in whatever Diddy wanted him to participate in. That's what I feel. Okay, that's what I feel. If the man decided, hey, I didn't come here for that, kind of almost like what's the guy named Royce's baby daddy, okay, Dwight Howard. That's the same way he did, where he tried to overpower the guy when he invited him over through the DMs. He gets there thinking it's just gonna be him and Dwight, and there's another third person there trying to do what they did to this guy. So he was saying, hey, he was very forceful with me. So that sounded like the same thing that Diddy is doing as well. And it's been going on for 30 years, just like R. Kelly's situation for 30 years. And it's time for him, it's time for Diddy to finally pay for his crimes. All right. Now I'm going to move on because I also have another video. We're not going to play that one in its entirety. I wanted to just play for you guys that Cassie has broken her NDA and she is cooperating. Okay. Now this one that I'm going to show you guys is where Kimora Lee is, where she reveals that she has been privy to gay rituals in Hollywood, and even Kim Porter was made to participate in some of these rituals. Thank you so much, Angela Hoodell, okay, for the super sticker, ma'am. She says, I'm loving your content, my friend. Great job. I appreciate it, okay? Where she's actually talking about gay rituals that Kim Porter was also made to participate in, as well as on her birthday, okay? Let's go ahead and get into that as well. This is Kimora Lee Simmons, Russell Simmons' ex-wife, okay?
Diddy's proteges also dominated TV airwaves. But behind the success was a mirage of cultic rituals, gay parties, and other weird things.
Fuss at them, they're not doing enough, they could be doing more. Why don't you have a job?
Fashion icon Kimora Lee was one of the closest friends to Kim Porter. In fact, when she died, he was devastated. The venture capitalist claimed that during their time together, Diddy made Porter perform some gay rituals during their birthdays. For a fact, Gene Deal, the man who was in charge of Diddy's security, also claimed that he witnessed the bizarre happenings more than one. Not long ago, rapper Fabulous also gave some info regarding the same weird parties with Diddy at the center of them all. The truth is, most people want to go to a celebrity after party to rub shoulders and mingle with whichever stars are in the house.
Diddy's y'all see that? So not only did he do that to just other random women, he was also doing that to his baby's mother, the twins' mother. Okay, the twins that are staying with Kimora Lee Simmons right now, their mother. So he was forcing Kim into these gay rituals, and he forced her into that on a couple of her birthdays. So imagine going out having a good time on your birthday. He said, "Oh, I need an FO tonight," and she's like, "What? Excuse me, it's my birthday." He did the same thing to Cassie. If you go back and read the deposition, he did the very same thing to Cassie on her birthday. She wanted to hang out with her friends. The girl, what's the name? The girl Red that I read the other night, her name is something Red. She was saying that she was actually there on the night that Diddy made Cassie leave when she wanted to spend time with her friends because he wanted to have an FO and she didn't want to do it. Cassie got up to leave and Diddy instructed the security to grab her and make her stay because he had already set up an FO for her that night on the night of her birthday. So Kim Porter was also forced into doing that as well. So this was when she realized what was really going on with Diddy, that he was into men as well as women. And now we're hearing about people like Justin Bieber. We're hearing about the guy from the college that said that he was violated from Howard University with Diddy and some other guy, to where he said that he was violated so much so until he was hemorrhaging. And so many other people that have come out. There's 4 lawsuits against him already, and it's getting ready to be a 5th, including this guy. So these are things that we've heard about. And it's repetitive because everybody that's coming forward have the same story. And what's the chances of that happening? Okay. Happy Monday to you as well, Miss Imprintitious. Okay. So yes, yes, and yes. All right. So we have one more video. I got one more video. Let's see. Did I want to tonight? Give me 1 second, guys. What y'all think about these videos tonight? Give me 1 second. Thought I saved it. One moment, guys. I appreciate you guys with the super chats tonight as well. And thank y'all for being so patient with me tonight too. Yes. All right, hold on. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, yeah. All right, so I'm going to play this. We've been talking about the Clive Davis and Whitney Houston situation. I found a video where Jaguar Wright, she kind of explained some things that happened with Whitney Houston in the last days her last moments, and how Ray J actually opened the door to Whitney's room and let someone in whenever Whitney took her final breath. So let's go ahead and play that because I wanted to actually go over that with you guys as well. Okay.
She was beat.
Hold on. All right. Shout out to Shanti. All right.
She was beat. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub. Like, she was beat up.
Jaguar Wright reveals how Diddy and Clive K1L'd Whitney Houston. Y'all, I swear, Jaguar Wright has her four on Diddy's neck, and she is not letting go anytime soon because she is determined to see the end of Diddy. This time, she is bringing some strong evidence to show that Diddy and Clive Davis allegedly teamed up to unalive Whitney Houston. She is on a mission to prove that Whitney's death was not an accident, and she is now pushing for the police to reopen the investigation.
I've always said I felt Whitney's death was not an accident. Okay. I already told y'all she never would have been in the tub. Her mama said it in an interview. Several other people, Dionne Warwick, said it in interviews that Whitney Houston never ever got into bathtubs and hotels because she was a germaphobe. I'm the same way. Never ever would I get in a hotel bathtub, but that is where they found her coincidentally. So I felt like when I heard that and her mom said that, I said, yeah, something happened. Let's get into it.
Chili, this is some crazy business, and Jaguar is not here to play. I swear, Jaguar is putting her back into exposing every last detail about Diddy and Chili. At this point, she probably has enough tea and dirt on Diddy to write an entire book. And the crazy part of it is that Diddy, as well as other people in the entertainment industry, have spent years trying to sabotage Jaguar and make it seem like she's making things up for clout because she's jealous of them. They've called her jealous, mean-spirited, blah, 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 but nobody has ever filed a lawsuit against her or taken other legal steps against her. I mean, sure, there were threats of lawsuits, but nobody ever went through with them. And that was the first sign that Jaguar was onto something that the rest of us didn't know about. But then it all blew up in their faces because everything Jaguar said started coming true, especially for Diddy. Last year, Jaguar spoke about how weird it was that everybody at Uptown Records had either passed away or almost passed away except Diddy.
Uptown Records started with 5.
We saw this before. I'll show it again.
Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
She also pointed out how weird it was that they all passed away under some very suspicious circumstances.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
She then talked about how interesting it was that they were all in the process of exposing Diddy when they suddenly passed.
You want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books.
Mm-hmm.
Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma.
She also revealed that Diddy and Pastor T.D. Jakes were involved in some weird kind of gay relationship.
Why do you think T.D. Jakes was at Puff Daddy's birthday party?
If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be 2 reasons. Money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties. Money and
She also made comments about how Did was a mean guy who often put hands on other people, especially women, including the women he had dated. She talked about how he would hurt his girlfriends and baby mamas, how he put his hands on that she was making things up. He had a booming career and she didn't, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, people kind of believed him because the allegations that she made were just too wild and crazy to think that they could even be true. I mean, Diddy literally refers to himself as Brother Love and does all that stuff about spreading love and positivity. Well, Cassie's lawsuit quickly changed everything, and we started seeing the dark side of Diddy that he had managed to hide for about 30 years. The things she revealed in the lawsuit were plain horrifying, and Diddy's public image has taken a big hit since then. She revealed some truly horrifying stuff, like the part where she said that Diddy SA'd Ms. Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him, often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on Ms. Ventura, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding, forced Ms. Ventura to engage in intimate acts with male SWs while getting off on it and filming the encounters, demanded that Ms. Ventura to carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, and introduced Ms. Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse, and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. The lawsuit also confirmed a lot of things that Jaguar has been telling us about Diddy and the things he's been doing in secret. And girl, we owe Jaguar a big apology because she was telling the truth all along. And it's now clear that the reason Diddy went above and beyond to prove her wrong is that she was telling the truth and he didn't want her exposing his secrets. And y'all can trust Jaguar to come with more tea to spill on Diddy. And like I said, she is keeping her foot on his neck, and this time she is exposing him for allegedly taking out Whitney Houston. Well, he didn't do it alone because he allegedly did it alongside Clive Davis. But before we get into the whole thing about how Diddy allegedly helped Clive get away with murder, can we take a moment to talk about why he would even do that in the first place? Well, according to some people, this would be because Clive gave Diddy his first big break in Hollywood. Diddy has always acknowledged Clive, and in 2019, after he won the Grammy Icon Award, he said, "Clive Davis and Arista Records gave me a chance when I was starting Bad Boy Records. He was one of the first industry executives to really believe in me. I'm forever grateful for him, but it's a long jump from being grateful to him for giving him a start to helping him cover up a murder. So what else was going on that we didn't know about?" Well, according to some reports, this is because Diddy was Clive's boy toy. There are reports that Clive allegedly SA'd both Diddy and Diddy's first mentor, Andre Harrell, and that's the reason that he helped Diddy start his record label, Bad Boy Records. And if you think about it, Clive backing Diddy to start Bad Boy Records didn't make a whole lot of sense at the time. To start with, Diddy didn't really have a lot of experience in the industry at the time because he had only been an intern for Andre Harrell for 3 years, so it's crazy that he went straight from being an intern to owning his label. There's also the fact that Diddy had gotten fired by Andre a couple of months before starting the label. He had organized a music fest that went sideways and led to the deaths of 9 people. It was a PR nightmare, and it was weird that Clive would need to sink money into Diddy so quickly after that disaster. Plus, there's also the fact that he fired Andre and funded Diddy himself. Even weirder is the fact that Clive himself has revealed that he had no interest or hope in Bad Boy Records, and the only reason he invested in it was because of Diddy. He said, "Sean Combs convinced me that Top 40 was going to embrace hip-hop. It seemed so unlikely then when he played me Craig Mack's 1994 hit, Flava in Your Ear, and Notorious B.I.G. material when he was totally unknown. This 21, 22-year-old guy was seeing clearly how music was changing." Yeah, this didn't make all that much sense.
Sound like somebody had to get on their knees to get all this. That's what it's giving.
But according to Jaguar, it's because Clive allegedly used to SA Andre, who in turn allegedly groomed Diddy.
My focus right now is Sean Combs.
Ooh-wee.
Okay. Tell us why. Tell us why.
Because trafficker. And he's using music and entertainment to sex.
Y'all hear that?
Now, is
Jaguar said that Diddy is using music and entertainment to traffic women. Okay, let's continue.
Boys, girls, adults, kids,
I mean, from what I've heard from sources that I would consider reliable, it really doesn't matter.
Wow.
Shout out to Storm Monroe.
I don't think sexuality is something that has anything to do with gender at this point for Sean. I honestly think he's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And his mentor was
Andre Harrell. Tell us how was mentored by Clyde Davis. And when it comes to why Clive decided to file Bad Boy Records, Jaguar revealed something interesting.
Oh God. Don't tell me that Andre Harrell got touched by Clive Davis too.
I'm telling you, I don't know what happened between Andre and Clive. What I do know is that Andre got passed over. Like, how do you go from being the president of Uptown and losing your entire company to your intern?
There's some special stuff was going on.
I started out as an intern. So according to what the streets are saying, Diddy, Andre, and Clive used to be a three-way item and engage in threesomes. But then Diddy allegedly went behind Andre's back to cut him out, and he became Clive's #1 boy toy. This explains why Clive put money into Diddy at a time when the industry was giving him the side eye because, 9 people died. Okay, so now to the topic of Whitney Houston and how Diddy allegedly helped Clive get away with her murder. So y'all probably know that Whitney was Clive's artist. Clive was something of a mentor to her because he signed her and helped her grow her career over the years. But then there were rumors that things were starting to sour between them and that they were about to have a falling out because Whitney was trying to get
Free from his control because he allegedly held her under a strict control. But the rumors are saying that Clive was not about to let her go so easily because she was making him a lot of money. I mean, she was the Whitney Houston who remains one of the greatest singers of all time, and she was very profitable. So rumor has it that Clive was determined to have her all to himself, and if he couldn't have her, then nobody could. So he allegedly plotted to have her taken out. The interesting thing about this is that in the days leading up to her death, there were reports of her acting erratic after she met with Clive. According to reports, she had gone to visit Clive while he was preparing for his annual pre-Grammys party, and even though we don't know what happened between those two after she left Clive, media reported that she appeared disheveled and disoriented, with what looked like sweat running down her face and blood dripping down her leg. 2 days after this, she was found unconscious in the bathtub, and she passed away. The crazy part about this is that Clive refused to cancel his party, and this got him the side eye from everyone. The most he did was give a speech at the party saying, "By now you have all learned of the unspeakably tragic news of our beloved Whitney's passing. I don't have to mask my emotions in front of a room full of so many dear friends. I am personally devastated by the loss of someone who has meant so much to me for so many years." Whitney was so full of life. Whitney was a beautiful person and a talent beyond compare. Well, he certainly wasn't devastated enough to cancel the party. But okay, even worse, the party was held in the same hotel where Whitney died, and her body hadn't been moved yet. Say what you want, but there's something super creepy about having a glamorous party when your friend's body is lying in a hotel room above you. Even reporters at CBS News found this weird, and they wrote, "Houston's body remained in the hotel room hours after emergency responders pronounced her dead." Downstairs, Davis's extravagant party went on Esplanade as investigators roamed the hotel lobby, and women wearing designer ball gowns and men dressed in tuxedos shuffled by towards the red carpet. Then there's this super disturbing report from a private investigator that revealed that Whitney had some defense wounds on her body. Jaguar Wright has also backed this up, insisting that Whitney didn't die in a bathtub like we were told.
she was beat. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub. Like, she was beat up.
So how does Diddy tie
Y'all
into
hear that?
this?
She was beat
Well,
up.
y'all know how he was Clive's boy toy, and if Clive told him to cover a murder, y'all best believe that he's going to keep his mouth shut. There's also the fact that he was hospitalized with a migraine after the party, and his team claimed that it was because he had partied too hard. Is this the same Diddy who has been throwing insane parties since the 90s? Yeah.
Y'all hear that? So Diddy used an alibi to go to the hospital because he said he had an excruciating headache that he needed to get assistance for. So he was making sure that he was not on the scene and had a timestamp at the hospital to say, "I wasn't there," knowing that something was going to happen to Whitney. So he was establishing an alibi. Let's continue.
The math ain't mathing, but according to an insider, he was allegedly trying to create an alibi. The insider revealed that Diddy was allegedly trying to prove that he was too sick to have physically fought Whitney and put his hands on her like the report stated. He was allegedly trying to cover his tracks in case a police investigation was launched, and that's just crazy. Now, I'm not saying that Diddy unalived Whitney himself, because what the rumors are saying is that he tried to get an alibi just in case. Y'all come to your own conclusions. Fans left shocking comments saying Clive had Brandy and Monica sing the tribute song It All Belongs to Me for Whitney Houston. You can see in the video and in the lyrics that Clive was finished with Whitney. He said, "It all belongs to me, which is why he took her daughter out too. Yes, I said Clive Davis needs to be charged with Whitney Houston's murder, and Clive Davis needs to be investigated as well. Sean should be incarcerated now." But do you guys believe these allegations, or do you think that Jaguar is now making things up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, then check out this next.
What do y'all think about that? And it's no coincidence that Whitney's daughter was found the same way that Whitney was found, in a tub. Now, Whitney, and I already told you guys that when they found Whitney, the water in the tub was scalding hot. Who gets in the tub? Now, when I take a bath, which is always at my home, never outside of my home, I do like my water to be a little hot, but not to the point where it's like hot to where you got boils on your body. When they pulled her out of that tub, she had boils on her body. I done been reading up on this, y'all, because the water was so damn hot. Now, who gets in the water with it that hot? I'm talking about steaming. And the water was so high in the tub to where it was spilling out. So who actually fills the tub up that high when you get in the tub with the water spilling out all over the floor? It was water all over the floor when the people got in there. That sounds suspicious to me. I keep saying it. And then she handed Brandy that note. I remember, if you guys go back and look at videos, she handed Brandy a note where Brandy was sitting down having some type of interview with Monica, and Brandy was sitting in, and I forget who it was that was interviewing them. Whitney came up because she just got out the pool. I told y'all that the other day. And she handed Brandy a note. She put it in Brandy right in the middle of their interview, handed Brandy a note, put it in her hand like that. And Brandy looked down at it like this, and she read it. And then she put her hand over it like she was trying to hide it. And anybody remember that besides me? We still don't know what was in that damn note, but whatever it was, the expression on Brandy's face said that something was not right, that something was not good, that Whitney was trying to tell her something, because whenever she looked at that note, her whole facial expression changed, and she kept looking like, what you want me to do? What do you want me to do? It was weird. So now to hear that she had defense wounds on her body clearly says that something was going on. I saw another video that said that Ray J was the last person seen in her room and that he let someone in her room, which is why he was so erratic at the damn funeral, reaching up at the casket, looking back and crying. He felt guilty because of something that happened on his watch. So I feel like he was this pretend boyfriend, because it just seemed weird that she would be so in love with him. I feel like he was her runner. He was the person who would go and get her the DURGS when she wanted it, because he had the connections. He's connected to GANGS's in California. He is connected to street people. So Whitney was making it look like she was going with Ray J when really she was not. He even said in interviews that he really wasn't in love with her like that she was just a friend. Go back and look at interviews, pull it up to what Ray J had to say about Whitney. He was not in love with her. So that whole thing, he was just like a decoy. He was her runner, somebody to go and get the things for her that she wanted, because she couldn't be seen as Whitney Houston out there in the streets. Somebody had to bring those things. I see somebody else putting in there, Bobby Christina's boyfriend. At one point, he was the runner when he was staying there too. Whitney couldn't be seen out in the street saying, hey, you got that dime bag? She couldn't be out there like that. And whatever happened with Nick, the guy that was supposed to have been Bobby Christina's boyfriend / crazy brother, y'all know he unalived himself. It just seems so weird. That whole circle of people just seemed weird. But I feel like, and I've always said, I felt that her death was just suspicious to me. It just didn't seem right. Something just felt off. It just did not seem right. And now to hear that, I see somebody putting a handler, could have been a handler as well, runner, handler, whatever. I feel like he was doing it all. But he was said to be the last person seen in her room, and that it was said that he let someone in her room. And I feel like maybe security wasn't suspicious of it because they had seen him with her all the time. So maybe he felt security feel like that it was okay, that whoever was coming in the room was coming in the room. But my thing is, there are cameras. And I asked the other day, do you guys feel like Diddy may have purchased, or maybe Clive may have purchased, the surveillance footage that was connected to Whitney's room? Because y'all know in nice upscale hotels, there's surveillance footage. He already did it in the hotel room whenever he hit Cassie and she ran out of the room. There were surveillance cameras there that caught the actual altercation between Diddy and Cassie, and he spent $50,000 to purchase the video so that it would not get out. So did the same thing happen when Whitney Houston passed away, is my question. There was a lot of covering up for us not to hear anything else, for them to just rule her death as what it was. It just seems weird. It seems weird. All of a sudden, Diddy, you taking all these DURGSs, you was high as a mink coat several times with Cassie, but now all of a sudden you got a headache because you party too hard. You can't be at the hotel where everybody is because you're so sick all of a sudden. I really feel like something happened. And I'm going to keep digging, y'all. I'm going to keep digging because I'm nosy. I'm going to keep digging. All right. Somebody said they heard that Jennifer Hudson was supposed to take over. Yeah, I heard about that too. I heard that too. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about that. Say she drowned in a freaking tub. I don't believe that. And her own mother said in an interview after Whitney was after she passed away, her mother said that she would never have been in a tub. She found that very weird when she heard that Whitney was in a bathtub. She said, my daughter would never have been in a bathtub in a hotel because that's nothing she never would have done that. Whitney always took showers. So that's weird that she would be in a scalding hot tub. A scalding hot tub with boils on her body and defense wounds. And the room looked like there had been some type of altercation because shit was knocked over and they found some paraphernalia up on the damn dresser up over there. So I feel like that was a setup as well. And a lot of people have been saying that maybe she owed some guys some money and didn't pay up, which we know she owed Arista Records money as well because she had another album that she had to do. But Whitney was not well. Her voice was not well. So I feel like Clive, like I said the other day, Clive felt like maybe she was worth more gone than alive. Because as you guys know, they do have insurance policies on their artists, especially the rappers, because they know that they live that street life and it's just a matter of time before something happens. But I feel like he had a nice policy on Whitney and he knew that she probably was never, ever going to get that other album out in order to get his money that he invested in her. That's probably what happened. That's probably what happened. And it's so sad that he was like a father to her and he turned on her. Like y'all just heard, Clive and Whitney was not in a good space prior to her death. She was planning on leaving, just like Biggie was planning on leaving Bad Boy. So everybody that's starting to see the light and decide that they don't want to be up under Clive and Diddy no more, they're no longer here. Kim Porter is no longer here because she was trying to get away from Diddy and reach out for help to write this damn book to let everybody know what her life was really like with Diddy. She is not here anymore. Heavy D worked with Diddy all these years, and now that he wants to write a book to tell his life story, he's not here anymore. It's weird. It's giving weird. But that is all I have for you guys, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed the live. I hope you guys enjoyed this tea. Please, please, please like the video, guys. And also, please check your subscriptions to make sure you are still subscribed to the channel because YouTube be tripping. I don't know what is going on with them. Thank you guys also so much for all the super chats tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Belle Wilson, Linda Gamble. Did I have another mod tonight? I want to make sure I get all you guys and call you guys by name. Who else was modding tonight? I think that's it. Just you guys, okay? Bill Wilson, and thank y'all so much for modding for me. And thank you, Caramelians, for coming and joining us as well. All right, so I want to do this because I told this person I was going to do it. My phone about to die, but let me do this right quick because I told my subscriber I was going to do it when she hit me in the comments, and I try to keep my word, okay? Real, my auntie Karen. Okay, so let me give a shout out to Richard Taylor 1784. If you're watching my live tonight, they wanted me to give a shout out to their auntie Karen. Okay, so auntie Karen, shout out to you. Okay, they are from Providence, Rhode Island. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. They said she loves my show better than chicken wings and hot sauce. Damn, that's a lot of love because I love me some hot sauce on my chicken wings. But yes, thank you guys for watching my show. Auntie Karen, thank you for watching, dear. Says she really, really loves my show. So I said I would give you a shout out, and I did that. So if you're watching my show tonight, there's your shout out. Love you all the way down to the ground and back up, baby. Okay. Thank y'all for being here. You guys have a great night. I will see you guys for Car Chronicles in the morning. Okay. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, let's get out of here and goodbye.